How's it going out there, K County accountability? Got two issues to touch on today. Big one is Oklahoma Watch, which is they have a website and social media and stuff like that. But it's called Oklahoma Watch. It's a news network, which I mean, guys, going through it, they're awesome. Like, I like the stories they put on there, and they're actually about the things that, need to be addressed. Unlike Fox, going for the name change of the Pioneer Woman. Really, is that fucking important right now? So guys, let me read this to you. One thing I love about Oklahoma Watch is their title. Like, it's no favorites, no falsehoods, no fear. That's awesome. Anyways, Oklahoma Watch sues Ponca City, seeking arrest details, public oversight. Oklahoma Watch and reporter Whitney Bryan are suing Ponca City, seeking details about the arrest of Patrick Hansen, who was taken by police to the K County jail where he died. Bryan requested the arrest report from the Ponca City Police Department under the Oklahoma Open Records Act on July 19th. The request was part of Bryan's investigation into who died in Oklahoma's jails, how they ended up there in the first place, and whether mental health and substance use conditions contributed to their deaths, which is a very, very important topic and subject. It really is. It needs to be addressed. So I like this story that this reporter is working on. The officer's summary of the incident and arrest was missing from the document provided to Bryan. Those first-hand accounts detail how officers responded, who was present, what information officers received, if officers noticed signs of mental illness or substance use, whether weapons were displayed or discharged, and what led to the arrest. And I'd like to know if they were able to get body cam footage. Hansen, 39, was arrested by Ponca City Police on July 26, 2022, for allegedly assaulting his wife in front of a child. According to the information provided by the department, there were no details about the officer's response or the events leading up to the arrest. Hansen was taken to the K County jail, where he hanged himself in a cell on September 12, 2022. Very horrible outcome. Man probably just needed, some help at that moment. And he'd probably still be with us. Ponca City Records employee and city attorney John Andrew told Bryan that the department does not release officer narratives to the public. Yeah, you do. The Oklahoma Open Records Act requires law enforcement agencies to allow public access to certain records, such as offense report information and facts concerning an arrest, including a brief summary of what occurred. When Bryan called Andrew to ask why the information wasn't being released, Andrew said the topic was discussed at a meeting of the Oklahoma Association of Municipal Attorneys, and several cities are now claiming the narratives are not a public record. You guys, you don't have that power to do that. Like, none of you city attorney, it does not matter. You understand, the Oklahoma State Supreme Court is above you. The 10th District Supreme Court is above you. The United States Supreme Court is above you. You cannot just go meet with a bunch of other corrupt city attorneys and just come up with your own narrative on things. It does not work that way, John. Doesn't. For her investigation, Bryan requested arrest reports from another 15 police departments and county sheriffs across the state that provided her with officer summaries. Other places had no problem with it. Obviously, the only place this reporter's run into a problem is Ponca City, because John does not know his job. He does not know how to do it. And now he is going to cost the taxpayers of Ponca City a lot of money, and we probably won't even find out how much that is, because they'll probably settle out of court and it won't be public information. And then he'll still have his job. That's not right. Andrew did not respond to a request for comment sent Friday afternoon. So this afternoon, today, they tried to get comment from him, and he won't, after they had to file the lawsuit and put that on him. Withholding officers' accounts prevents the public from seeing what public servants are doing, which goes against the spirit of the law, said Ted Struley, executive director of the nonprofit Oklahoma Watch. Struley is a former president of Freedom of Information Oklahoma, a nonprofit organization formed to protect government transparency. I like the guy. This guy is awesome. Like, so far, like, from what I've found, like, he's doing a great job for getting, transparency in our local governments and stuff like that. Like, it's awesome. The records belong to the public. They're not private documents to be secreted away by an agency with police powers that wants to operate in the dark. Ponca City to a T, guys. That describes Ponca City exactly. Denver Nix, a Tulsa-based attorney with the Reporters Committee for Freedom of the Press, representing Oklahoma Watch and Bryan, said officer narratives are vital to ensuring accountability for these public servants. The state's open records law makes clear that the Oklahomans have a right to access this information, which is essential to public oversight of law enforcement, Nix said. And then, guys, you can go here to the Oklahoma Watch website, and they have their filing to the K County. You can look all through it, you know, and I mean it states Title 51, you know, Oklahoma Freedom of Information Act, which you know, as you guys have seen in my videos, he is notorious for violating. He believes that it just doesn't apply to him, even though it's there in black and white and it's state law. You know, like, he just believes it does not apply to him. Well, here we go. This should have been my lawsuit, but they put charges on me, so I couldn't. You know, guys, and I don't want to cost the people of Ponca City any money. I don't. It's the only way to get them to do what they're supposed to do. You guys have seen, I've tried everything possible. I've tried to just, you know, go up and ask and stuff. No. I've tried to go up and, you know, demand by law, you know, so I did research, so I had the laws. They still wouldn't do it. You have no option. But what sucks is it costs us, the people. Not him. The money this should come from his pocket, not ours. But it doesn't. And that's one thing we would like to change, is like to hold the actual people that do this, that violate laws and stuff, in a position like this, that they're held actually accountable for this, that the money comes from their pocket, not ours. And that's the way it should be. When they mess up and they violate law, it should be on them, not on the city. So, you guys, also, I wanted to touch on, there's a state senator, Nathan Dahm, D-A-H-M. I'm going to put his number for his office in the, in that description or whatever. Put his number in there. Okay, this is Senate Bill 1837, Common Sense Freedom of Press Control Act. And the main word in that, control. Freedom of press control. There's no freedom if there's control on it like that. That's not freedom. Okay, and it is intended to avoid potential abuse of the freedom of the press. So you believe putting the press under state control, government control, is freedom of press. That is just wrong. This guy's the 33rd District of Oklahoma, and he's been Senate since 2012. Like, this is, I mean, I don't know. But from what his office told me, he did a podcast with Jake Merrick, which is a retired senator or congressman, one that from Oklahoma. And I'm trying to look for it. I haven't been able to find it yet, but I don't have, like, you know, I don't have Twitter and stuff like that. So it may be on there. I don't know. If somebody finds it, would you send me the link or something? But anyways, like, this is like a complete violation of the of First Amendment. Like, I can't believe that, like, this guy needs, I just, it's wrong. Like, immediately, when you have Freedom of Press Control Act, that, you might as well take the freedom out of there. That's just Common Sense Press Control Act. That's not freedom of press whenever, you know, they basically, like, one thing I didn't like is they gave me a website called house.gov, which you can look up. It has legislation and laws tab in there, but it doesn't give you any information. It just tells you when they're going to go talk about it, when they're going to vote on it, when it came out, like, it doesn't even tell you who authored it, but you can't look at the bill itself on there. I found more information on, I believe it might have been KOCO or, you know, one of those news websites. I found more information on that bill than I did on this website. So guys, you know, look into that. Like, it's an attack on our rights as citizens and stuff. Definitely is. So take care, guys. Always film the police. See you later.